why I don't recommend or use the Jewelers Club to help clients build credit, and how this may be a popular opinion, but it is what it is. What up? You got Mr. Smith, point five of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and in this brief video, I want to just talk to you about why I don't personally use or recommend or refer to the Jewelers Club when it comes to helping clients build credit. And this video was really sparked by a clubhouse Q&A that we were doing. We were giving away a free credit class and free credit crash course inside of a clubhouse Q&A that we were doing. And if you want access to that, it should be available. Click the link available below and you'll get instant access, and grab both of them. But basically you want to grab a free credit class as well as the crash course. So we were giving that out, but we also gave people the opportunity to ask questions, and we answered a ton of questions. People were asking great questions, but when you listen to credit enough, you'll see that a lot of the questions people have are similar, and a lot of the answers people give or thoughts that people think as it relates to their credit are coming from, a particular place. So you can tell that many people are just repeating the same song. And a lot of the times the things that we suggest and recommend are not in the same light, or don't come from the same perspective as where they may have gotten their information. One of the things is, a lot of times people say, as it relates to your credit utilization, just divide by 3 and stay under that, or stay under 30%. That's better than 60%, 70%, but that's not our recommendation. We don't want people to make their maximum, their minimum, their maximum. Yeah, you can do their bare minimum, but don't just strive for solely that. So in credit utilization, we personally recommend under 10%, 9% or low, single digits. So that's our perspective. And sometimes people are like, well, I thought it was under 30%. That's not bad. It's better than 60% utilization. However, it's not better than single digit utilization. So that's one thing where we differ as it relates to what many people, often teach. Another thing is, as it relates to us, we like to teach about all 5 of the factors. But since we have a background in personal financial success, it really positions us in a different way to give people strategies to maximize on all 5 factors. And it really sways our thought process in what we want to recommend or suggest that a person do in order to enhance their credit. Not only are we thinking about a person's credit, we're also thinking about their personal finances. We're also thinking about their ability to create wealth beyond just getting their credit fixed. Because what you have to understand is this: credit is just a symptom. That's just what you see as a result of limited personal financial education. So once you understand that, then you won't solely focus on credit. Credit is important, but since credit is a catchphrase or a catchword, and it's something that gets attention of people, we tend to entice them with credit and knowledge and education. But once they get on the inside, they realize that we have some information that can be transformational, because it's more than just credit. We're also positioning you to build wealth. Real quick, before I dive into why we don't recommend the Jewelers Club, I was talking and doing a presentation last night. Literally, yeah. Did a presentation last night, and I was doing a training for the team, but I just made it public so everybody can see it. And you probably can see it on YouTube if you haven't already. And I was just talking about how the power of credit and the power of our do-it-yourself credit system. Now, I own a credit restoration company, so I definitely fix credit for those who are interested in that service. But for a long time, we were only teaching people how to do it and giving them free resources. But at the same time, if they wanted access to everything, including the letters, the guidance, the coaching, things of that nature, you would get access to our do-it-yourself platform. Well, our do-it-yourself platform has been enhanced, and it incorporates quite a few other things. So I was doing a presentation, training, overview of that do-it-yourself credit restoration platform that I feel is the #1 platform in the world. And as I started going through it in detail, showing them the process, and you do this, then you do this, then you do this, and you get access to the letters. This is how you read your report. This is how if you follow these to the T, you will get results. And then it was a portion on there that was centered around them creating more cash flow using a strategy that we've been teaching for years, known as income shifting. And that helps them with their credit utilization, which is helping them get 165 of points on their credit report. So that is one thing that people like. Okay, I can get 165 points just by understanding this. Yes. But on the flip side, it allowed them to plug in some numbers to free up more cash flow, to get out of debt, set a date to when they'll be out of debt, have more cash flow. Then beyond that, plug the extra cash flow that you have once you're debt free into an investment calculator so you can see and determine when you'll be wealthy. But it all started with credit. You see, we think broad scale, not just immediate gratification. We think, what is this person really striving to accomplish? Because a person who's striving to better their credit oftentimes wants to get in a home. And when I dig deeper on it, so, how would that make you feel in order to get that home? Well, I do this and it'd be good because my kids, it always has something to do with more than just them. It's typically they have kids as well and want to have something that they can call their own in the event they want to pass it down. So it's always legacy driven. Well, when you're dealing with legacy, you're also dealing with wealth. You're also dealing with understanding the values that wealth can bring to your family and the experiences that it can bring. But it all started with credit. So understanding that credit is just a symptom and not the actual goal itself, we like to focus holistically on what we know that a person is striving to do. We give them what they want right then and there, but we know that there's more to it that they actually want. Which brings me to why I don't necessarily recommend, or I don't refer. I ain't gonna say recommend. I don't refer people to my Jewelers Club due to the fact that in all actuality, if a person was not planning on buying jewelry anyway, or that's not a card they're planning on keeping because they're not frequently buying jewelry, then we don't necessarily recommend it, because buying jewelry is not necessarily an asset. Now, depending on how you're doing it, most people are buying, jewelry that's cheap jewelry, not necessarily quality jewelry, and they do it because it gives them a great line of credit. So I'm not to say that it has not worked and it does not work, because I know people have gotten results because what it does is give them a line of credit. They're able to get $6,000 line of credit, which gives them another trade line on their account, which gives them a higher level of utilization. But it's kind of manipulating in a sense of this is not something they were going to do anyway, but now you have this card that you use to create a line of credit, and you use it every so often to buy something that you necessarily wasn't going to buy at first. You may convince yourself, yeah, I was going to do this anyway, but no, you really wasn't. However, when you go through our process and the way that we go about creating lines of credit and, understanding how to take full advantage of credit utilization, now you're at least getting access to capital that's not limited in how it can be spent. You don't have to go buy jewelry. You're using this card to do things you would have did anyway, but you're just being more responsible with the paying it off and keeping the utilization low, not boxing you into a particular industry and a card that's attached to that industry. Because I know they may give great referral fees, but we're not in it just for the referral fee. We want to make sure what we refer is something that you can do with or without us, something that you were going to do anyway, something that moves you in the direction of building wealth and having overall personal financial success. So that's our short and long as it relates to why we don't recommend or refer people. I ain't gonna say recommend, because if it gets you results, and if you had great results, then we salute you. We love to see people winning no matter how you won. As long as you didn't do anybody any harm, we love to see you winning. However, that's why we personally don't refer it, because one of the people asked that question, hey, do you refer people to, the Jewelers Club? And we said, no, we don't. We know it can work, but we don't personally refer people. And the answer was revealed to me consciously, subconsciously. We just want to refer what we feel is going to benefit a person long term and incorporate with something that we're going to do anyway. So that's the reason. Hopefully this helps. If you want access to our free credit class and workshop or crash course, better yet, click that available link below. You'll be able to see it, get instant access to it. If you want the actual DIY platform that I talked about that breaks down all of those things and not only positions you to have great credit, but build wealth, the link below should also have that available. And depending on when you're watching this video, it's less than $100 to get access to the membership. At some point, it was $19.95. I'm not sure when you're watching this video, but you get access to it, and you get access to the membership, and you also get access to us and the guidance that comes along with it as you go down your journey to build your credit, but more importantly, build your wealth. That's all I got, Mr. Smith. Signing out. Salute.